As of today, Marple is fully integrated into the Microsoft ecosystem. And I'm happy today to actually show you guys around into some of the capabilities we have by integrating Marple tightly into the Fabric and Azure ecosystems. So to kick things off, I created a demo workspace inside Microsoft Fabric. What you can see here is actually an overview of the whole system which we set up, which contains multiple steps. First of all, we have a data acquisition step, which in this case starts from raw measurement files coming from, for example, a car, an aircraft, or it could also be a test bench. We actually put these files into a lakehouse, which I have configured here. In this case, the example is an automotive company having a lakehouse with data files. Then we do a transformation step to actually put the data into an event house, which is super performant to actually do things with the time series data later on. So we'll dig into that in a minute. And the final step is actually to have the data visualized and also available for analysis into Marple, which we are running on Microsoft Azure. So let's dig into it step by step to see actually how things are functioning here. So first of all, the lakehouse. Let's take a quick peek into the lakehouse itself. It contains raw files, just like a data lake. In this case, we have CSV files, which contain logging data from actual Formula One simulators. We also have TDMS files, which are more common in case you're measuring time series data from actual measurement instruments on a test bench. But we also have MF4 files, for example, which are quite specific to an automotive use case, or files, which are often used for simulations, but could as well be measured in different ways. These files are actually currently already inside the lakehouse. They are actually uploaded automatically using the Azure SDK. However, we can also, if we want, even add manual other data. In this case, we can just select one from a disk and then upload it. And then actually it will be just uploaded. This is a quite small one, so it gets onto there quite quickly. And then it automatically gets consumed by our transformation layer, which picks up that there's a new file, and actually Fabric automatically transform this data into the correct shape that we want to have it inside the event house. So let's go back and let's take a look at how the event house actually has the data stored once it's being transformed from the lakehouse into the event house. The event house is actually containing a KQL database. Let's take a look how that looks. It contains, in this case, 3 tables. We have a motorsport table, which actually contains the data from the CSV files that I showed you guys before. In this case, we chose for a tabular shape of the data, which means that actually every column of the data file in the CSV file will end up also here in a column. So you can actually see time here, and you see a column for each of the columns present in the CSV file. So that's quite a number of files that we're having actually measured inside here. There's also some metadata available. That's perfectly possible to have actually the metadata stored in the same database. And Marple, as you will see, can also capture this later on. And then there's also a raw data table where we actually have some other of the mod files and also MF4 files ingested. In this case, we chose for a TSV approach, which means we have the data actually not in tabular format, but actually we have the signal name for each of the rows and then the value of the signal. So that means that actually the number of rows is limited, but information is kind of pivoted around into a longer shape. We also have materialized views here, functions, data streams, everything you actually want to leverage inside Fabric. You can do that. It's all up to you to actually set up the pipeline, how it's most efficient for you guys to actually use it. So this is the KQL database, which we're going to use in a minute inside Marple, coupled in real time. But before we do that, let's take a quick look how Marple is actually deployed. So as I promised you guys, Marple is deployed on Azure. To make it easy for you, we actually made a transactable offer, which is just available in the marketplace right now. This means that you can actually go to the marketplace and within your current subscription, if you already have one, actually try out Marple and actually use it. We have 2 tiers currently. We have the standard package, and we also have a proof of concept, where we actually help you guys set up the coupling to Marple, to the database itself. We also have tailored offers, so make sure to reach out if you have any questions about this. Basically, Marple then runs on your Azure resources. It gets its own resource group. It gets its own database to actually keep some of the metadata. And it will also use containers to run the application itself. Going then to Marple, which is the final step. We actually have Marple here deployed on Azure. It's coupled to a URL, which is convenient for demo purposes. What we can already see here is some of the data from one of the CSV files available inside Marple. This is querying live from the KQL database that I've shown you guys before inside the event house. So this is coupled to Fabric directly. And we can actually now see how performant the combination of Marple and Fabric is. We can just zoom out, zoom in. We can actually zoom out to the whole data sets. And almost instantly we get the full overview of the data sets. And we see, for example, throttle and brake here. These are things that are quite common in a racing context. This is data from a car. We can actually also see some statistics here, some aggregations that we calculated based on the raw data on the fly. We even have map plots available to give a bit of context to what you're actually seeing on the screen here. So this is, I think, Suzuka circuits in Japan. We have frequency plots to actually do analysis of vibrations and stuff. You can also filter data in Marple, calculate trend lines. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. And this all works in real time coupled to Fabric, which enables engineers to have even more value out of their existing Fabric setup, and allows Marple users to also use different features of Fabric, such as the pipeline I showed before, such as Power BI dashboards, and so on. So I hope with this brief overview I showed you guys a little bit what's capable with Marple and Fabric as well as Azure. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Cheers.